Welcome back to another episode of Hoop Story Podcast. We'll put basketball in proper perspective. I'm your host, D Knows Ball. What's going on? Hmm. What future you? I can't hear with my headphones, so I guess I'll be doing it headphoneless. I don't know what happened, but yeah, man, I did want to react to this poll. How everybody doing? How everybody doing? It was between two role players, and I put a vote up on the YouTube page, Quiet Hype Media YouTube, and this is how it came out. It was kind of I didn't know people thought Herb Jones was this much better than Jaden McDaniels because I remember I had put in Bleacher Report a while back a Jaden McDaniels cat swap for uh, Jaden McDaniels and Courtney Towns for Damian Lillard. I got so much pushback on the Jaden McDaniels piece. So to see most people saying Herb has played at a first team all defensive level for 3 straight seasons. Not on Herb. If anybody knows, don't know what not on Herb means. That's what they be saying the announcers in New Orleans. So yeah, 26 votes, 73% for Herb Jones, 27% for Jaden McDaniels. And honestly, I think that's about right. I knew I wasn't crazy. Jaden McDaniels is solid, but like I've been saying, he ain't better than Herb Jones. And that's just me keeping it a buck. But yeah, man. What's been going on? Say, man, I don't know if y'all seen. I'm finna go ahead try to pull it up because this is something that I'm finna try to. Yeah, I think I'll be able to pull it up here in a minute. It's basically just a Dwight Howard or I can't pull it up. Future you hates you. But basically, it was a video. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it on. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna search it on Bleacher Report. See if they got it on there. Uh, or let me see if they got it on Bleacher Report. It's basically it was just Shaq. It was Shaq talking to Trey Young. Let me see if they got it. Where's Trey Young? Trey Young podcast. The fact that they ain't got it, that is crazy. Do y'all at least have the? Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to another episode of From
Yo,
the
even got
Point by your
timestamps. I'm sorry, y'all. They don't even got timestamps on here. But Shaq basically was talking about the Dwight Howard and why he was so hard on him because it was some big brother, little brother shit. I still think Shaq just was hating, fam. Shaq just didn't like that Dwight Howard took over Orlando like he did, in my personal opinion. Because there was no reason. I did want to react. I
I
did want
became
to react
interested
to
in
this too.
Emilio when I needed to pay one of my business vendors who didn't accept credit card, since I'm all about
Nobody
maximizing my
know
credit
me,
card
right?
points that I earn.
I actually like when you were going over. I like what the player said. I got none. I'm never gonna throw shade at Dame Lillard. I love him as a person and as a player, but I would have loved to see Jalen Brunson be a starter. I said this last year. I can't believe what a great player he's turned into. When he went to the Knicks last year, I was like, that's a good signing. It's one of the best signings I've ever seen for a free agent. Nobody knew he was going to be that good. He has been fantastic. He's made the Knicks relevant. And I would love.
You don't think the Lakers signing Shaq was?
No, Shaq was a Hall of Famer.
You said one of the greatest signings in free agency.
It is one of the greatest.
Did he say that? Shaq, did he not say that?
And I'll stick by that.
But it is a great free.
It's not bringing Shaq to Los Angeles.
No, but listen, Shaq was already one of the best players in the world.
See, I don't like. See, bro, he trying to get Jalen Brunson his props, and Kenny Smith over here talking about Shaq. He like, bro, what's up, bro? That ain't got nothing to do with Shaq, man. Chuck, I don't know how you do it, man. He does clowns.
World ever.
That's
nobody thought. Nobody thought Jalen Brunson was going to be as good as he is.
You don't think bringing Kevin Durant to Golden State was a great?
Those guys were already made men.
Okay.
Nobody thought Jalen Brunson was going to be.
No, he's great. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's going to be an all-star. But
he's going to be an all-star. But I'm saying that's one of the greatest free agent signings in my opinion. It's my opinion. Like Shaq and Kevin Durant, those guys, Hall of Famers. They were already great players when they got traded. Nobody, and I guarantee you, if the Knicks be honest with you, they didn't think he was going to be this good. They thought he would be an upgrade. But what Jalen Brunson has did for the Knicks, he made the New York Knicks relevant.
That's what I'm saying.
Since Patrick Ewing,
Yeah,
plain and simple.
27 points a game for Jalen Brunson, 4 rebounds and 6 assists, playing in 42 of their 44 games. And I should point out, I talked about how close that race was between Damian Lillard and Jalen Brunson. Actually, identical finishing scores of 3.75, but because Lillard had more fan votes, that is the tiebreaker.
Oh, wow.
So Damian Lillard becomes the starter for the Eastern Conference in the backcourt.
See, man, yeah, he ain't say Brunson was the greatest. He said one of the great signings. I didn't like how Kenny Smith was trying to make it seem like, oh, no, Shaq, Kevin Durant over Jalen Brunson, instead of understanding what Chuck was trying to say, man. In terms of what people thought they was getting with Brunson versus what they actually got versus the contract they paid him, Chuck is right on point. Jalen Brunson, one of the greatest free agent signings that I can remember of a guy who you didn't really know what you was gonna get and what you was gonna get, and you got way more. So, it is what it is. He got him to the second round. He got them at a top 5 seed right now. He's clearly the best player on their team. He should be starting over Dame. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. Jalen Brunson should be starting over Dame, man. And I don't even, at this point, I don't even think it's close. I don't think it's close. But, man, Ray Bezo.
Boy.
Damn. I forgot you were down there for a minute. So pick your poison. You want to react to the huh?
We be throwing that word great around too much.
A great signing. So Jalen Brunson wasn't a great
I'm saying we're gonna say off of one playoff run that they done had so far, one season, and just say this is one of the greatest signings ever. Like how we know next year something might not happen. Next thing you know, boom, he gone. It's a whole nother squad. Like all that greatness is gone now. If it don't amount to like That means the greatest thing they would have did was make it to the second round. How do you base that as one of the greatest signings? They didn't even get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They got out in the second round.
You must have missed everything I said. As
No,
compared
I'm
to what
reacting.
they thought they was getting versus what they got and the amount they paid.
I mean, if you want to say that thing, you can say
you reaching.
You can say Gilbert Arenas. You can say
yes. He's up there too.
But guess what? Nobody has. Hey, when the last time you heard somebody say Gilbert Arenas one of the greatest creative signings that we ever heard of? Nobody's ever talked about that. Because guess what?
They said it then. You
want to know why that talk went away though? Because they was underachievers. You got 3 All-Stars and y'all not doing nothing. So guess what? That title goes away. That's why you learn from the past. You don't prematurely label stuff if they ain't proven nothing yet. If you continuously do that, then that's why people always say, man, we build people up just to tear them down. We building up Brunson, and if he don't succeed, we're gonna be the same ones tearing him down. Just let him go out there and be great. Like, don't try to label it. Just watch it in real time. Don't go out there and say, oh yeah, this is what he's gonna do. And when he don't do it, be like, well, man, he didn't do it, so he's not great no more. Stop being so quick to label everybody something.
I'm not labeling, bro. That shit was a great signing, bro. I'm not fair that you.
It's a great signing. I'm not gonna put that. Like, the reason why the Shaq signing ended up being so great was because they turned into a dynasty. In real time, people probably was like, man, it's a great signing, but they wasn't. Man, it's one of the greatest signings of all time, and they ain't did nothing yet. Because they didn't know.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, but bro, as of now, is the Jalen Brunson signing a great signing? As of now,
it is a great signing. I'm gonna just leave it as that.
Then you got to think about You got to think about the Knicks too. It's the Knicks. This is the most stable we've just seen the Knicks be, like, in terms of actual being a top 5 seed and being good, even in the last couple years since we damn near didn't ever seen. Even the Melo times was up and down.
No, that year they went to the when they was favorites to beat that Indiana team with Melo. It was supposed to be Melo. It was supposed to be Melo versus Bron in the Eastern Conference Finals. And guess what? Paul George said it ain't happening.
But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how long ago was that too, right? How long ago was it since Melo being a Knick?
That particular playoffs, we was probably either seniors or fresh out of high school.
How long ago was
that's been about 9 years ago.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, I'm not saying it's the greatest sign, like, but I just you gotta acknowledge the fact that this dude was playing to a level where he should have been an all-star starter. He's been playing at an all-NBA level, and it's just a fact. All-NBA level is top 15. He's playing top 15 in terms of play. I'm not saying he's that or this or that. But in terms of play versus his salary, versus like everything we thought, did nobody think none of this, man? So it just is.
Shoot, average fans did for sure.
I knew he was gonna be good.
If you didn't know what you was getting based off what we just seen in a playoff run, and he was finally on the team where he didn't have to be with a ball dominant guy like Luka, come on now. The only reason why he wasn't averaging more points is because Luka was in the way, and I'm not taking no shots at Luka. I mean, that's Luka game. That's Luka's team, and Jalen Brunson respected that, but he was like, man, if I want to have a better career or a greater career, I gotta peace out. So if you didn't see this side coming to Jalen Brunson, you just either was forcing yourself not to pay attention, or I don't know.
Did you see the Herb Jones and Jaden McDaniels poll? Did you see it?
Yep. I was like, man. I thought it was gonna be closer.
Who'd you pick?
I picked Jaden, but
So you think Jaden McDaniels better than Herb Jones?
I don't think it's about. I think it's closer than people think. Because some parts of Jaden games I feel like is definitely better than Herb Jones. I feel like Herb got some stuff in his game that's better. Like when it comes, in my opinion, when it comes to finishing, or just like the creativity, and when it comes to driving to the basket, I feel like McDaniels got him there. But when it comes to just more of a pure bucket getter. And we don't really see that from her because dude got McCollum, Zion, and Ingram in his way. And in some games, even Valanciunas. So we don't get to see how much of a pure bucket getter that Herb Jones is. I think he's more of a natural scorer than McDaniels is. And then on the defense side, it's really like a pick your poison thing. Because they both.
See, this is where I disagree, just because I think just Herb Jones, I think he's a little bit more cerebral than Jaden McDaniels.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
think
It depends on what you need. If you need a for sure lockdown perimeter guy, I say McDaniels. But if you need we need an overall type of defender, a versatile defender. Then I go with Herb.
So Herb Jones, 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and he been shooting 49, 40, and 86. Jaden McDaniels is 11, 3, and 1, and he been shooting 50, 52, 38, and 75. It's damn near the same guy.
That's bruh. You don't see that's the thing. You don't be thinking I'm really watching, like, bruh.
No, it's just I think Herb Jones is just more of an overall better player in my opinion. What's good? Dang, you changed your name. Real Hoopers Only. What's up? Boy, used to be Land. Now you Real Hoopers Only. I feel you. Who you got Real Hoopers Only? Jaden McDaniels or Herb Jones? But yeah, right. I just think Herb Jones, he's just a better overall basketball player. I think Jaden McDaniels is a better athlete. He's longer, so he can. I think it's close. I think they damn near it's a pick. Just whoever you watch the most out of those two is who you go pick, really. And I just seen more Herb Jones. Jaden McDaniels, he seemed like he missed more games too. Herb Jones is more durable.
Yeah, I can see that.
I guess we just go ahead to go down the line. All-star starter reactions. So I'm gonna pull it up here. Oh man, I was so pissed. I ain't gonna say pissed because I was kind of, expecting this. So you see this? In the West, you got Luka, SGA. Then in the front court, you got LeBron, KD, and Jokic. You got any problems with the West starters?
I mean, Bron going. Not really. I don't really got no problems.
They should put AD right there, and then you make this dude the captain. It's like,
but you gotta realize
worst player. He's the worst player on this list.
AD would have been the worst player on that list if he was starting.
He wouldn't have been no damn captain.
You know why they do. You know what they doing it. Come on now, dude. In year 20, like, come on, man.
No, I understand, but damn, he got to be the captain, dude.
Kobe wasn't the captain for his last year. I know this ain't LeBron last year, but hey,
he shouldn't have been either. Two wrongs don't make no right.
No, they've been doing this before we was born. Especially when you were all-time great. They did it for Kareem. They did it for Magic. They did it for Jordan. That's just a thing. They probably did it for Dirk and what's his name too, Duncan. That's just them showing love and appreciation for, like, man, what you done did for the game, what you done brought to the culture, how you done impacted it. Man, if anyone, I guarantee LeBron wasn't the original captain. Whoever was gave it to LeBron, though. Just out of respect. That's just a respect thing. Like, bro, no, this you. I know behind closed doors who everybody know who the captain, but no, you the captain. That's just a respect thing.
Man. I mean, I can feel that. And I guess this because everybody right here, I expected them. Now, my problem was with you already know my problem. Yeah, my problem was with the East.
Let me see. I know I'm about to have a reaction to this.
I don't have a problem with 4 after 5. My only problem is with Dame. I think clearly
I don't think he should be a starter. I ain't gonna lie. The Bucks record has saved him, and just not just the Bucks record, but him being in a winning environment, the drama that all just ensued over the offseason. People, man, that gained some popularity for Dame. When Dame was in Portland, come on now. Even when they was making the playoffs.
But it's always But it's always bad when everybody knows Dame should not be starting. Like we all know it. We literally, you don't feel like it's a problem when everybody knows something shouldn't happen and it happens. That's my biggest problem. We all know it shouldn't happen and it happened. That's my
Yeah, I
biggest
will say
problem.
Tyrese Maxey should definitely be right there.
Tyrese Maxey over Jalen Brunson. I don't see why Jalen
Ooh, I
Brunson.
forgot about that. Dang. Yeah. I'll say Brunson. That's
And
my
it just
fault,
it's.
Brunson.
I mean, I like what Maxey was doing, but we clearly see without Embiid, I think they went like like 2-7. He had a couple good wins. He had some nice stretches in there, but he's clearly arrived. So it's like he should make the team, but start not Tyrese Maxey, not over Brunson. And since when is Halliburton gonna even come back? Because he didn't play again today, and he ain't played the
Yeah,
last couple.
he done missed 2 games back to back, right?
I think this is third.
I mean, okay, he gonna miss one more then because he missed. He came back and then missed one, and the coach came out and said he gonna miss the next 3 after the first one he missed when he first came back, and then they said they was gonna reevaluate him again. I feel like he came back too early in the first place. I'm like, bro, I know y'all trying to see how him and Siakam gonna fit, but bro, if he ain't 100%, it ain't that serious.
Yeah,
Like
and I think
they was winning. I'm like, y'all winning without him. Like, it's no hurry. It's one thing if y'all lose and y'all kind of like, okay, Halliburton, can you go? And if he say yeah, okay then. But y'all winning, like, what y'all trying to rush that back for?
and they blowing out the 76ers right now. It's 98-72. And it's no Tobias Harris, but that's the only guy missing, and they still
See
they're
who
blowing them out.
cooking on Pacers? Is Siakam finally looking like
Only,
Siakam?
they got 7 people in double figures, but Siakam leading the charge with 19. Turner got 18.
Okay.
So Nimhard got 8 assists. Siakam got 7 assists. So it's a total team effort, but they're killing Philly right now. So pretty much we only had problems with 2 of the 10 starters. So I think that's not bad. Everybody else is deserved. I ain't even gonna say I got a problem with LeBron. It's LeBron. One out the 10 starters. I'm gonna say that.
I'm finna say you just wanted to say something about LeBron. That's all it was. I'm surprised you
Okay.
didn't say why Giannis a captain.
He's better than everybody on the East.
I think
It's
you.
not close.
I think I realize what it is now. LeBron
What?
is closing. LeBron chapter is close to an end, and you just got to find somebody that you can replace that with. And
What are you
Giannis
talking about?
Giannis was just an easy target for you to just be like, yeah, that's the new guy I'm gonna pick on.
No, I'm not picking on Giannis. But you can't act like he ain't changed.
Giannis ain't the only superstar in the league that's a diva, but you really going at it about this diva angle with him, and not everybody else is a diva. Luka is a diva on the court. Embiid is a diva.
I made a whole video about Luka yesterday.
But no, I'm talking about, bruh, how you just been going at Giannis specifically though. I'm like, bruh, if this the craziest thing he do, I mean, I don't know.
We gonna get to that because I was finna bring it up, but we gonna get to that later. But I will say this, right? Do you still trust the Celtics? Like, is that the team you got the most faith in the NBA right now?
I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say any team I got just 100% faith in, or just who I got the most faith in. Because one game, that team I can have the most faith in can go on a run, and it's like, I don't know no more. And then another team that I probably was kind of had behind them can go on a little run, and it's going in the right direction. It's like, I don't know. They may be the new favorites, or they may be a step ahead, or they may be just as good. So I feel like right now, regardless of what everybody else say, I think the favorites are Nuggets and Boston. Those are the 2 guys that are ahead of the pack.
So you ain't lost no faith in the Celtics?
Nope.
Well,
Pacers are fucked up a lot of niggas brackets.
oh yeah, my shit was done day one. Boston
They
is
fucking won.
And see, if I would have just had Boston going but losing, I was like, okay, I would have been. But I picked them to win. I'm never trusting in Boston again.
Yeah, couch capping in 4K, man. I thought you wasn't trusting Boston no more. If y'all want to know where this stems from,
That's the in-season tournament. I know.
Yesterday we was talking, and I brought up an interesting take. I said if Boston was in the finals and they see a team, whether it's the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Timberwolves, the Suns, they could lose to any of those 4 West teams. And Ray talked me up and down that he didn't believe that's to be so. When I caught him in 4K saying he would never trust Boston again because we've all felt the same way about Boston and we all said it multiple times, right? So now that you heard yourself.
So now the in-season tournament.
No, it's not about the in-season tournament. It's just about that was your natural gut feeling about Boston. And you damn near was trying to tell me I was crazy yesterday.
No, I didn't. But you gotta record another conversation too.
I do. No, I don't got to record another conversation. But I did have one because I guess we can get into something else. But before we get into that, I did want to say this about Boston. Boston hasn't earned no faith. They haven't earned no faith. They lost to a broke down. Wait, I ain't gonna say a broke down Heat team, but wasn't Jimmy Butler kind of a little hobbled? Caleb Martin had to pick up some slack. I just wasn't impressed. I know Tatum did get hurt in that last game, and I take that into consideration. But Jaylen Brown was horrible. Jaylen Brown was horrible against the Nuggets this year. And I feel like his play down the stretch, especially, even though he played bad throughout the game, down the stretch, I thought he cost him the game. Tatum missed multiple shots down the stretch of that Nuggets game. And
Tatum's shot selection sometimes be questionable.
So I just say all that to say this. I know what Boston can do from a talent perspective. I know how far they can go with that talent. We done seen it multiple years on end. My thing with Boston is I don't trust them to get over the hump. And it's always because we say the regular season don't matter. I'm pretty sure we're gonna say the in-season tournament don't matter. It just most of these checkpoint games, we're gonna say they don't matter. But we can't sit up here and act like when Boston goes through some of these games, we don't be off of them when the games be over with. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's like it'd be hard for me to pick Boston when I just seen them multiple times not live up to the expectations we have for them in it damn near every moment, even though they go far in the playoffs, if that makes sense. And that was the only reason why yesterday I was saying what I was saying, right? I just wanted to bring that to the people. I ain't want to sound crazy. And I just was stumbling through our stuff, and I was so happy when I found that. I just was looking through some of our stuff because I was looking for the Doc. I was looking for the Doc Rivers. I was looking because you remember we was in a group chat, and I think we was talking about the Doc Rivers situation.
Yep.
Like because when Giannis was sitting on the score table during the in-season tournament, and he didn't want to check in or just that help.
He was going at it with his coach.
Yeah, I was looking for that, and I stumbled across that. So, yeah, that's why I brought that. But I realized you sent the link. That was the only thing you sent the link.
I'm gonna say this, man. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I said something that I probably just in that moment. That's how I felt.
And that's the thing. Remember, what I questioned your gut. That was your natural gut feelings, bro. You don't trust Boston. Nobody does. Nobody does. It's outside of people in Boston.
You trusted the Heat last year?
Yes. You don't remember everybody? Well, no, not really. But that was
Sometimes not
against.
about.
Huh?
Sometimes not about who you trust. It's about what's happening.
Yeah, I feel that. We can move on. So, the Terry Rozier to the Heat right now is not looking so clear. The Heat, since Jaime Jaquez has been down, they're 1-4. Look like they're gonna eventually end up 1-5 because they are losing badly to the Celtics right now. But the thing is, the only person injured is Jaquez, the rookie. And you know the crazy thing, Jimmy Butler is back. So you basically traded out Jaquez for Butler, and they look just terrible, bro. Yesterday they lost to the Grizzlies, right? They lost to the Grizzlies yesterday. Grizzlies ain't got Desmond Bain or Ja Morant, and they lost to the Grizzlies. Do you think and Jaren Jackson had a terrible game? Jaren Jackson went like 4 for. Whew, I don't even want to look at it.
That's just about every game.
Exactly. So my question to you is Jimmy Butler slowing down, Ray? Because he's only been averaging about 20 points the last, I'll say 7 games. He's been averaging about 21 points. And right now he's 4 for 10 against, he went 4 for 10 against Memphis last night. And
But
right
we
now,
always know he always gonna just be a 20 to 22 point scorer per season.
Because Terry Rozier, he's 3 for 7 right now. Tyler Hero 4 for 10. I don't know. I don't know what it is and why they struggling to score so much. But how did you feel about Terry Rozier going to the Heat?
It's a nice pickup. You got another player at that guard position that take a little pressure off of Hero. They got to be honest on defense now. Teams that's going against them because you got 3 legit buckets out there. You're not. When Jaquez get back, that's another bucket you got too. So I mean, right now it's just they filling each other out. I mean, Rozier new to the lineup. I mean, he coming from a squad. He coming from a squad where they was playing more pickup style basketball. That's what he's used to. Like Hornets have been a pretty bad team most of the years he's been there because LaMelo been hurt a lot, and they've been in rebuild mode. So they've been out there just like, man, they just roll the ball out, man. Just go. We ain't setting them no plays. Just go out there and get a bucket. If you're the best scorer on the team, give him the ball. That's what so now he's actually playing legit basketball for the first time again in the last 4 years, and it's for a whole new team that he's still filling each other. They all filling him out. He's filling his teammates out. So, and it just they going against Boston. That's not the best team to be in this situation. Like, hey man, we just added a new piece that's gonna be important to our team.
But they were struggling before Terry Rozier got there. They've been struggling since Hockey has been out, and he's been out 5 games. So I'm saying this because Jimmy Butler's been there, Tyler Hero's been there, Bam has been there. Are we overestimating the Heat because of the Heat? Because I ain't really heard nobody say nothing.
Are we forgetting that last year they was a play-in team?
So you basically saying you're not worried?
They almost lost to the Bulls.
I feel that. So you're not worried?
I'm not saying you don't have to that you can't worry. But I'm not about to just be like, man, you know what? Maybe it's over for them. Because
I'm not gonna say it's over, but I'm saying now we see the Knicks on the rise. We see what Cleveland doing without 2 of their best players. I'm saying, are we still sure that Miami is still in that top 4? I'm not questioning them to go make the playoffs. But I'm saying is they gonna be a legitimate Eastern Conference contender.
They may not get to. Oh man, this boy Brazilian gets hurt. Dude can't never go 5 games in a row just healthy. But
okay, keep
he
going.
ain't made it down half court yet. What the what? Man, Tatum just dropped a bucket. He can't even put pressure on his left leg. Where is he going to the back? He going to the back. I mean, they are blowing him out though. So even if he could still go, might as well not even chance it with him. Soon when he start hobbling, just take him out the game.
Yeah. But do you think Miami can still be a legit contenders in the East? A top 4 contender?
I think they're still gonna be a problem come playoff time, but I don't know if I'm 100. I'm not gonna say I'm just so confident that they could get back to the finals again.
But so you see what I'm
the
saying?
Conference finals.
So you see what I'm saying? It's not that I think they're gonna be trash, but I'm saying the East. We talk about the West, but the East is pretty damn good too. And then now that you got the Indiana in the mix, like I said, Cleveland and New York, are we sure that Miami is that 4th team? Because I could see a world where they lose to Cleveland, New York, or Indiana. You see what I'm saying? I can see them going down the first round, bro. If we just go keep it a buck, they done lost 4 in a row. Look like it's going to be 5 in a row. I'm just saying, bro, because I think seeding is going to be very important. You don't want to try to make your way into the play-in again this year, because if you got to go against Boston in the first round, all right, because they got the Knicks coming up, the Suns coming up, and the Kings coming up. You could potentially lose. You could potentially be look up and you done lost 8 in a row. That's all I was. That's the only thing I'm looking at, because we don't expect Miami just to be a playoff team. We expect them to be contenders at this point, because they done made it to a finals. They done made it to a conference finals. They done made it to 2 finals in the last 5 years. And they done had like 2-3 conference finals.
And they went to the conference finals one year. Boston went to the finals.
So you see what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, though. Why are we just not putting these expectations on the last year? You remember last year during the season? You was like, man, I'm done with the Heat. They done. They done. They not doing that no more. Next thing you know, they was in the finals. Really, after the bubble, people wrote them off like, yeah, that was a fluke. But they continuously was giving people problems in the playoffs. Now, they've always been a threat in the playoffs. That's the thing. Like, that's why it's so hard for me to just be like, let's be honest. Everybody on that Cleveland team you're talking about, I know they're looking good in the season, but how many of them have you ever trusted in the playoffs to get you real far?
Okay, you're right.
Sure, we don't. Man, this dude Jared Allen is a role player, and he said the lights is even too bright for him. We just had you to get boards and blocks. Like, how you have a nervous moment in that?
Okay, so before we move on, I'm gonna ask you this: what round would you be surprised if the Heat make it to or get knocked out in? So what's they ceiling and what's they floor?
If the Heat make it back to a conference final, I'm gonna be surprised. But then I'm gonna be like, I know Jimmy Butler gonna be getting buckets, and really, shoot, when it comes to being a playoff riser, how many people on the East can you really just put against Jimmy Butler in that aspect? Like, Jimmy Butler be going crazy out there in the playoffs.
I love Jimmy Butler. I love the Heat, but even with all the bullshit going on in Milwaukee, that's a bad matchup. These dudes struggle to get 100 points. The Heat struggle to get 100 points, and I think you go like if they don't get good seeding. That's basically what I'm saying, Ray. I'm saying this is not a year where they can get bad seeding. You see what I'm saying? in my opinion, because right now they are sixth in the East. But if they lose today and Indiana wins today, they're gonna be bumped down to the 7th seed. So that means they have to face Milwaukee. Well, just how it looking. Would you like? I don't see that shit happening again, Ray. That's all I'm saying. So you see what I'm saying? I still would want for the Heat to have the best possible chance to making a run. They got to get a top 4 seed, in my opinion. I don't trust them to make it out the first round. Like late seed, huh?
You got to look at it from this perspective. Do you think Boston want to have to go against a team like the Heat in the first round?
They not gonna want to, but
you don't think Heat in Boston, man? They go back to Pierce and LeBron days. They don't want to lose to each other. And Heat already done seen if they can beat you. And we know what type of energy they come with and what they bring to the man. All that points per game stuff, they go out the window.
I'm not saying the Celtics want to play them, right?
I done seen Boston be on the court with that Heat team and be intimidated. And every year they've been a better seeding. So I don't want to hear nothing about what that stuff sound cool. What Cat Williams tell Shannon Sharp? But when you gotta line up against me, that's really what's gonna tell me right there what you really own.
Okay.
You can come with all that stat talk you want. But when I done seen them face to face in the playoffs,
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna get out on a limb here before we move on. If Miami don't get a top 4 seed, they get bounced in the first round. I'm not gonna cap. That's my hot take.
If they face will there be my no shoot. If they somehow end up facing the 76ers in the first round, who you think come out?
I can't bet with Joel Embiid, but
he one of the greatest first round players we probably ever seen.
I was just gonna say
the second round be shaky.
If it was a 3-6 Philly versus Miami, I just don't think Bam can do nothing with Embiid. So I'm gonna have to go with Philly and then Maxey. And
you think that's gonna be around? You think that's gonna be the best matchup though? Like the must-see playoff watch?
No, not even in the first round. We gonna get to that because I'm getting to that. It's gonna be Clippers Suns.
Why? Because it's more star-studded.
It's a better matchup at every position. A big 3 versus a big 3 at the same positions.
Oh, so now Bradley be a big 3. That's what.
Shit, he as big as Paul George.
I'm not. Hey, you ain't the only one who can go find some clips.
I don't think he is, but I'm just saying. He played good yesterday, so I'm gonna give him some love. We'll move on. Doc to the Bucks. I'm gonna do. I plan on doing a deep dive. I'm gonna do a DD Noseball episode on the weekend. Go through his resume. Ooh, Ray. Wait till you see this. But what was your instant reaction to Doc to the Bucks?
I just felt like the one thing I didn't like, and it felt like it was you could tell it was a setup from the jump, is how fast they fired Griffin and how fast they hired Doc. I know they didn't interview Doc that fast. They've been talking to this guy.
They said they had him on as a consultant. They had him as a private consultant. It came out like he was already a private consultant for them.
Exactly. Why did this information just now come out? They could have been said that.
Mm-hmm. So you
Like,
brought up Giannis. This could be his villain arc. I think he just then became a diva. I think he's just more of a diva now. So villain arc or diva, I'm going diva just because Giannis has been complaining since the beginning of the year, the offseason. He said he need more help. And then he made them hire his brother. Then they had coaching drama. And he didn't want to play during the in-season tournament. He's sitting on the score table. He visibly frustrated. He made comments after that and said he don't know what direction the team's going in. Then it was it's just a lot going on. I think Giannis is a diva. Ray said it's a villain arc. Look, Chris, what you think?
I think Giannis is just. I mean, he's had power in Milwaukee, but after that chip, he just knows like whatever y'all say, it's in my hands. Whatever I say, y'all gonna do. There's nothing y'all can do without me. I am this organization. So he's taking full advantage of that. You see, that's why Thanasis is still there. You see why he can get a coach hired and fired at his will. So I think he is taking on. I say he's being real diva-ish. And if he's going, I don't know if he's going to go necessarily villain arc, because I don't know if, most people will turn on him like that, unless he turns on something like Dame. He's like, if he publicly like, oh, Dame's not it or something like that, then yeah, he's leaning into that villain arc. But I definitely think he's being real diva-ish right now. And it's, I don't know. It's different from when he first came in. It's different from when he first came in.
This started last year in the playoffs in that post game what's called that exit interview when he was going at it with that interviewer because he asked him that question. That's when the villain arc started right there. We've never seen Giannis snap like that in an interview before. Not only that, his coach just got fired. Not only that, the coach that just got fired, it's the way they fired him after it came out that he was dealing with a death in his family. Like the Bucks have this not the worst thing Bucks ever done. Like we forgetting Bucks have fired a coach before. Dealing with what he was dealing with.
How much are you putting this on Giannis though? Because Ray, ain't none of this going on without Giannis's go ahead.
What team where the superstar has brought them a chip don't got power?
It's not about that. It's about how do you Ray view Giannis using the power he does have? Steph ain't never did this, and he's had all the power. I'm just saying, how do you feel about Giannis using
when
his
the
power?
NBA wants you like a good guy, they gonna clean your skeletons up for you. We don't know what Steph did and they did.
Steph done put up with a lot. We done seen Steph put up with a lot of bullshit. If I was Steph, if I was Steph, get Draymond and Clay the fuck out of here so I can win. I would be doing that. He's not doing that.
Ain't that a villain in
itself?
itself?
I was Steph, I would get on the interview table and be like, Draymond's an asshole. I'll be doing all kind of shit because I'm Steph. These dudes aren't doing nothing on the court. Off the court, this one dude's annoying. Steph could be doing a lot, right? It's not no good guy.
That ain't being a villain. Keeping people around your team that's a detrimental and toxic to your team. That ain't villain vibes. Just because I ain't coming out saying nothing. Just because I ain't going out being all boasting myself and abusing my power, don't mean I'm still not a villain.
If you think Steph's a villain, I don't know what to tell you. They don't even make sense.
No, I'm saying it's villainous if you just stand by and allow something to hurt your team, and you know you have the power to speak up and say, "Hey, man, how about we go out and go get this?"
See,
no.
Not doing he's doing his job. I play basketball. I'm not a GM. I'm not an agent. I'm not none of that shit, man. I play basketball. I'm gonna do my job. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all's.
Is LeBron a villain?
Yes.
You thinking about it from the perspective of when we was growing up just hooping. That was our only job, just to hoop. NBA is a business. It's a corporation.
I feel that.
It's been going on. It's been going on. It was going on before LeBron was even born. The superstar has a word in who they want on that team. If I'm here to win and you not helping me win, guess what? I'm going to the management and I'm saying, get this dude out of here. Y'all don't see what I'm seeing. Y'all don't see what I'm seeing at practice.
No, you don't go from Bud to Adrian Griffin to Doc and talk about some winning. You don't do that. No, don't use no winning nothing, and you bringing in Doc Rivers.
You think Giannis went to Doc Rivers? Man, Giannis got the GM and the owner on speed dial. He don't got to go to no Doc Rivers.
He wanted Doc Rivers.
They're not. The Bucks ain't doing nothing without Giannis's blessing.
Fact.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like the NBA trying to say
he went to them and said he literally went to them and said, "This is what I want in."
Just like
that's what Giannis did.
Just like 43 games ago, he said he wanted Griffin.
Okay.
If you don't see the problem,
that's what I'm saying.
See where this,
we pick the
we see where this type of shit goes. Anytime a player gets to doing shit like this, they're not gonna sustain.
All right,
we see it time after time and time again. Anytime a player gets to acting like this, go down the villain arc.
Okay. We speaking on things like this because it's some stuff we just ain't old enough to realize. Magic Johnson and them won a championship with Paul Westphal. He said, "You know what? I don't want y'all to fast break. I want y'all to run half-court offense." Magic didn't like that. Magic went to the front office and said, "Give me a coach that wants to fast break. I don't like this coach." They fired him when he got Pat Riley. They just won a championship the year before, but he got that coach fired because he didn't like how he was going to coach them. They was winning with his method. So is Magic a villain? And that was only Magic's second year in the whole league, and he got him fired. Magic,
so you act like
Magic didn't like the idea of him and Norm Nixon sharing the ball together. Magic up front often said, "I want to dominate the ball. I want to run the offense. I want to facilitate." They traded.
You bring it. I understand Magic Johnson. What's the problem with Giannis? What was Giannis's problem?
I'm saying it's funny how we labeling Giannis a villain, but if we was back in that time, we would have labeled Magic a villain. And based on what you're saying,
I say
I'm not labeling Giannis a villain. I'm labeling him a diva. I said
that's diva-ish. That's diva-ish to be doing that. And I say Magic Johnson
Magic
Johnson was being a diva.
What Magic Johnson did, though, without what Magic did, we would have never got Showtime. We would. I'm saying we would have never. No, I'm saying if Magic didn't stand and say what he said, we would never got Showtime like this. So y'all, the thing is, y'all don't. If this don't resort to nothing, it's gonna look real bad on Giannis.
That's what I'm saying.
But if this turn out and they start winning, people gonna be like, man, Giannis was on to something.
And
we just didn't see it.
Doc Rivers is gonna get them niggas.
That is my thing. So is Doc Rivers the answer, right? Or is he just another puppet I can control?
The thing about legacy is it can grow. It can't decrease. It can only increase or it stay the same. That's the thing about legacy. So Giannis, Dame, and the Bucks can literally increase Doc's reputation, just like how the Boston did it, because Boston saved Doc Rivers' reputation. Before that, Doc Rivers wasn't looked at as a great coach as we look at him now. But if Giannis gonna go out there, how the majority view him?
I don't care. Actually, the majority is on his ass. I think Doc Rivers is an average coach.
I think he's an average coach. Let me tell you this. What happens? Bucks go out in the second round again. What if he blows another 3-1 lead? All he did is collect a $40 million check.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna look very bad on Giannis and the Bucks.
Why was Doc brought in? You're dancing around this. Why was Doc brought in? What does he go bring to the Bucks? I don't get it.
I never agree with that.
I say the only thing Doc brings to the Bucks is he's done it.
I didn't like Adrian Griffin getting fired.
He's a coach. He's been a coach before, so he's already had experience. He knows how to.
We've never seen a coach who hasn't at least got a playoff ticket in.
Yeah,
and at least fail in the playoffs first. We didn't get to see that part. Like he got fired and he's a top 3 seed.
So Ray, if Adrian Griffin was done wrong, we feel like Doc was not a good move. How is Giannis not a diva for how he's been acting? What he did, the way he treated Adrian Griffin was wrong, bro. Just fuck all the basketball shit, the business shit. Like, as a person, that shit just was wrong.
Just like when we say David Black got done wrong.
No,
this is why I'm saying this is
Lakers were winning. I mean, Cleveland was winning, man.
But
it wasn't. It was. But hey, I mean, all I'm saying is this is very villain arcish.
I don't think he's a villain. I just
Two things can be true. Two things. Name me a villain that don't got diva vibe about them. Thanos was about to wipe out half of the world because he felt like he knew what was right and wrong. That ain't diva. It's like, what makes you think you can do that? Who said you was right? Dr. Doom literally became a mad scientist because Mr. Fantastic was really in the wrong, but he didn't stand up. And really, I mean, you kind of say they were both in the wrong because Mr. Fantastic didn't speak up and he felt like that was his friend. He didn't say nothing and got him kicked out of college. He turned into a whole villain because of that. That one instance. A project that went wrong that he felt Mr. Fantastic either had a hand in or he felt like he didn't stand up enough in. That ain't divish.
I see what you're saying.
Being a villain, you gonna have some diva qualities about yourself.
I think the thing that made Giannis made us even give a damn about him because he was old school. He was saying how he was doing stuff the right way. Y'all remember them interviews? How he said he wasn't gonna team up with nobody. How this, and that. That's what made us look at Giannis how we look at Giannis. Now he's done did a whole complete 180 onto everything we liked about him. That in itself, I just don't fuck with bro out there. And it just the way even if you didn't want Adrian Griffin, me personally, I don't think Adrian Griffin was a good coach because you got to have your players kind of liking and respecting you. That kind of matters a little bit in the NBA. I get it, but if I kind of feel like they never gave him a chance for real, I kind of like, man, they kind of like poo-pooing, dismissing him. We got this. They never let him coach. I seen it clearly, and to treat a grown man, especially a black man, because regardless of what motherfuckers say, they ain't never did Bud like that. And they were saying Bud, he was one of the most stubborn coaches in the NBA. I've never seen Bobby Portis. I've never seen Giannis treat Bud like that. That's what I'm saying. I don't like that shit. You knew this was Adrian Griffin's first job after like 14, 15 tries. And to basically just do him like that, kind of treat him like shit, and that's our last impression on the man, that was wrong. So this shit better work. Fuck the villain arc, fuck the diva shit. Giannis, motherfucker, just not go look at you the same. I don't look at him the same. Just on a personal level. That's just me. But
hey man, DJ, you probably remember this commercial. Kobe came out with a commercial back in the day, said, "Love me or hate me. It's one or the other. It always has been." This is Giannis' love me or hate me moment. We either gonna choose to love him or we're gonna choose to hate him.
He better win.
I'm indifferent.
That's the thing. That time is ticking for Giannis. Before Giannis want to get up out of there, and then
I agree. Anthony Davis should be starting. But Doc ain't the answer. We all know that. That's all I'm saying. Doc ain't the answer. The way he acted wasn't the answer. And y'all gotta win. Y'all done put more pressure on yourself. Now y'all gotta win. And then y'all doing all this dancing. Everybody, well, they been doing this before the game. You ain't get a shot. It's bullshit.
They just need something. It was a slow day at the office. They need something to talk about.
Man, I don't know whether if they did or didn't. They know damn well motherfuckers gonna talk about this.
What they supposed to do? Come in there with a suit on, like they had a funeral or something because their coaches got fired?
I ain't saying that. I ain't say that. But right now, Clippers and Suns 4th and 5th in the West, and it's looking like if the playoffs starts today, this will be a first round matchup. I had a few questions. I'm gonna start with Chris because he's shaking his head already. Like, golly, who has a higher ceiling between the Clippers and the Suns, in your opinion?
In my opinion, the Clippers have a way higher ceiling. Just because You have Kawhi, you have Paul George, you have James Harden, you have Westbrook, plus you have Norman Powell, along with other guys. Along with other guys that are quality role players as well. And you see the way they've been thriving. They're just now getting into a groove and getting into their rhythm. It's only up from here. I think you have a lot of guys that have been tested in the playoffs and that can do things. Same with the Suns. But I don't feel like there's guys on the Suns that have carried teams before. You could say Devin Booker maybe, but Chris Paul has been there. I'm not really here for KD carry teams in the playoffs because he had his opportunities with the Nets and he didn't get it done.
What
He's
team
had
has Kawhi carried?
the freaking Toronto Raptors. What are you talking about? Okay. James Harden has carried the Houston Rockets. Russell Westbrook has carried the Thunder. Paul George has carried the Indiana Pacers.
Russell Westbrook has carried the Thunder and never been out the first round.
If you're gonna say Westbrook carried the Thunder, you gotta say KD carried the Nets. They was literally a game from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Russell Westbrook never been out the first round.
All right, fine. I'll take Westbrook out, but James Harden, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard have all carried their teams far deep into the playoffs. They've proven they've been battle tested, and now along with solid role players, I just think Clippers have guys that can make bigger shots in the playoffs, and I think they just have more size, more length, and they're deeper than the Suns in my opinion. So I just think
I'll give you that.
better than the Suns.
I agree with you there. They are deeper and they have better positional size. Ray, I want to hear your thoughts on this, but me personally, I think the Suns. I only think the Suns have a higher ceiling just because when it comes to offensive explosiveness, I think you don't get a better duo than Kevin Durant and Devin Booker when it comes to offensive explosiveness. In the last 4 games, we had 2 back-to-back 40-point games for Kevin Durant. Then you had a 52-point game from Devin Booker and a 46-point game from Devin Booker. And there is no other duo in the NBA I trust to do no shit like that. That's all I'm saying. When it comes to higher ceiling, just the offensive firepower. If you look at the last year's playoffs, when you look at who played Denver, the toughest, it was the Suns, just because the offensive explosiveness of Devin Booker. I think the only teams that got 2 wins on the Nuggets, wasn't it the Timberwolves and the Suns? I think everybody else they kind of got their ass about there in 5 or less.
I don't even know if the Timberwolves got.
They only got 1.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think
the Suns had the
Suns
most.
Was the only team that got 2 games on them.
Yeah.
So just strictly off offensive firepower, and then you added Bradley Beal, who actually had a solid game yesterday. Yay!
Man, you was calling for him to come off the bench.
Still am, but I just think the ceiling is higher with the Suns just because the offensive firepower of KD and D Book. Ray?
I feel like both of y'all got valid points. I'm gonna put it like this. Devin Booker gonna definitely have to be on point at all times in that series. I feel like it's gonna come down to what Devin Booker and Paul George do. They the only ones you can kind of look at and be like, we know what y'all can do, but all y'all gonna do it tonight.
Yeah,
like that's what we know what Kawhi and KD gonna do.
This is a question I did have for you, Ray. Who's better right now, KD or Kawhi? That's the question I have for Ray right now.
KD gonna be the best player in that series.
Okay. Because I think people got it confused. It's a lot of people that think Kawhi is better than KD even right now. I don't think people understand how good Kevin Durant is as a 2-way player at age 35 right now.
Kawhi gonna especially when it comes down to crunch time, Kawhi and KD, they just about neck and neck in that area. But just for the overall, the whole game, I think KD probably gonna be a better overall player. But then again, we also seeing something from Kawhi we ain't never seen in his whole career. Like we was talking about how great a facilitator Harden has been for them, but we underestimating how much Kawhi has been a post playmaker in that mid range area. Like I'm like, bruh, this dude actually can pass the ball. Like people are so used to just Kawhi getting buckets and being a lockdown. I'm like, man, he ain't just he's more than just a two-way shot creator. That dude a two-way shot creating playmaker almost. So,
who got the coaching advantage?
I've seen, I don't know, this is a little tough. I've seen Ty Lue coach his way out of some tough situations. But I've seen Frank Vogel do a dang good job as well. So it's tough for me. I don't know which way I'm leaning just yet.
I think Frank Vogel will flinch before Ty Lue flinches. Like I just think, man, Ty Lue got a little bit more to his coaching bag than Frank Vogel on the offensive end, and he got just as much defensively. And I think he just got better. He got better pieces to utilize, if that makes sense too. In terms of just coaching.
No, yeah, I feel.
Ray?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Lou. But the thing about having a deeper bench in the playoffs, sometimes that can also come back to bite you. Because sometimes you can just start over subbing. I'm not saying Lou has been known for that, but sometimes that can it may not go on for a whole series, but it may be a crucial game where you like, man, I forgot to get so and so back in there. That's when you got a deep bench. Sometimes you can leave somebody in longer than they should, and sometimes you can get some people who was hot one game and they cool the next game.
I get the bench situation, but is the Suns bench that really bad? Is that bad to y'all? Because you look at Drew Eubanks, he might not be great, but he's a defender. He brings energy. He's a big. You look at somebody like
Gordon,
Kogi. He can play defense on the wing. It's like you got pieces to mix and match with your star players.
I think most people look at bench and they think about bench scoring. So when it depends on what you're looking at. I think Suns has better role players coming off the bench that strictly know their role. Clippers has better scorers that come off their bench. So I think most time people automatically say who got the better bench. They're gonna see who bench scores more, and they automatically gonna pick that bench. I'm like, that don't mean you got a better bench. It's some teams that suck in the league that has great bench scoring, so that don't always mean anything. But I'll probably say Lou. I'll give it to Lou in that aspect for just who the better coach is.
Okay, this is my last question for the Suns Clippers in the first round. Who has been the most impressive team so far out of the two? You just look at the overall course of their season so far, first half. Who's been more impressive?
I'll say Clippers. Suns been up and down. KD individually has had probably one of the best seasons we done seen from him, but just the Suns as a unit, it's been too wishy-washy. Like Clippers only had one moment in the season where it was just looking bad. They don't bounce back from that since then. So it's like,
so even though they both struggled, the only thing consistent about the Suns has been their struggle. Yeah. I think they're getting it together. And I think, me personally, I think what the Suns have done is more impressive just because the comebacks they had. And for a team that's just now getting together, just now finding chemistry, to have all these comebacks, a 16-point game, 16-point comeback against Dallas, like a 20-point comeback against Sacramento, Then they had another comeback against the Blazers, I think. I just think just the comebacks, just being able to come back is an important skill to have for a basketball team, and they done showed it to me. The offensive explosions I've seen from KD, like I said, him and Devin Booker, that's very impressive. I've been impressed with Kawhi, but I can't say James Harden been doing his thing. Paul George is he's been as expected. But when it comes to what we expected, how we talked about them, I think the Suns have been more impressive. The way they done fought through all this adversity, fought through everybody talking to them, the injuries. I can make a case that they've been more impressive, but that's just me. Look, Chris.
My opinion, I'm gonna go with the. I kind of agree, lean towards you, DJ, with the Suns. Just because they have been battling injuries a lot, and it's been nice for KD just has to win them games, and it's for them to be in the position where they are right now. Are they fifth seed? And I definitely didn't see them, especially when I saw the injuries, when I saw them get off to that slow start. I didn't see them climbing that high. So I'll say that. I just think Clippers have more time to just turn things around in general. So now that Devin Booker's back, now that Bradley Beal's back, I'm going to start grading them at a higher level because they have their full squad. Exactly. And that's fine. But we'll see. So we'll see going forward.
All right. Moving on. So now I don't know if y'all seen the video, but I really low-key, this is just Jason Kidd and what he had to say.
Being frustrated with the officiating and losing focus. How can you address that in the moment?
Move on to the next play, and we've talked about that over and over. And sometimes, with maturity, it takes time. And we've been inconsistent in that department where we can get caught up with the officials instead of just staying focused on the game. No one's going to be perfect from player to official to coach, so you got to just continue to keep doing your job. And I thought we got frustrated there, and they took advantage of that.
So, y'all done seen that. Ray, when you seeing something like that, how do you feel that a coach will come out and talk about complaining just so blatant?
I mean, because it's been going on for a long time. So, you got to realize Jason Kidd background, he comes from old school coaching. Jason Kidd wasn't a complainer on the court, at least not to my knowledge. I've never seen Jason Kidd as a complainer. So he kind of expects that, especially if you just most of the teams Jason Kidd played on, he was in his prime years, he was the star. So he knows, especially as a point guard, he knows how that can rub off on the rest of your team. So this been going on for what? It seemed like it got worse and worse. At first, it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you did kind of get fouled there. He'd do it every once in a while. But it was a game I went to, and when you see it in person, it's even worse because it's like, bro, this dude really didn't get back. He's really walking beside the ref. He's not even. That's when we do a light jog back or they run back and they look back and say something. This dude is literally walking up the court with the ref talking. So, I mean, some people might say, man.
So you thought it was justified?
I think it is. It ain't like he done. Because he could have been called him out. So the fact the fact that he don't waited this long to finally go and say something public about it. And the thing I like is he didn't single out Luka. He called out the whole team.
My thing with this, and I'm gonna let Chris go. Chris, you muted too. But my thing with this is this was after the Celtics game. This clip came after the Celtics game. This wasn't even after the Suns game. The biggest thing that stood out to me was that Suns game where this nigga damn near tripped over KD's foot and he got mad. It's gonna be halftime. He talked so much where he got a halftime pick. after something I don't even know what he was mad about right still. So it's like, Chris, you can't tell me that this shit ain't a problem. I ain't got to catch the most Mavs games because y'all know my situation. But this, every time I see it, it's ridiculous. He's so great, but so hard to watch all at the same time. So, speak your piece, man, because
Jason Kidd made no mistake with what he said. He had every right to say that. It was my understanding that Luka was going to take a backseat under Kyrie's, tutelage or whatever, on talking to the refs as much, on being, as causing so much trouble getting texts and things like that. It was my understanding when they brought Grant Williams in, they was going to let him handle all that stuff. Luka was going to focus more on playing basketball, running a team, being a good leader. That's why also Grant Williams brought in to be a leader as well, but take some of that, let me talk to refs, Luka, you just go chill, focus on basketball. That has not been the case.
So okay. Now, as a Mavericks fan, because it was a 16-point lead, that shit damn near evaporated in the second quarter. It wasn't. They didn't even hold it for a full half. What went wrong to the Suns for you, and how much is complaining? How much did complaining impact that specific game, if it did to you, in your personal opinion?
I say it did impact because you had, it wasn't just a couple guys. It was like a lot of the team was complaining, and not Josh Green, Derrick Jones, Grant Williams done got ejected. Like, what is going on? We're not even focusing on basketball no more. We're trying to win the game. It's rivalry week. Let's get up for the Suns. They probably got all hyped up and then forgot they're supposed to actually play and win the game. So
they started out so good.
Exactly.
Say, man, that first quarter, man, say it all. And I ain't gonna stunt. I think Derrick Jones Jr. is trash. He's trash. He's trash, bro. Turnover after turnover, bad decision after bad decision, bro. He was in the wrong spot. He forced the turnover on Luka. It's too much. Say, dog, no. You're a starter.
He the perfect definition of somebody who is crazy athletic, and that's the only reason you made it to the league.
Bro, Gerald Green. He's Gerald Green. He can't even get double figures.
That's
not his role.
Oh, I'm saying now after Gerald Green, Green came back from the G League or D League back in the day, he was a whole different player.
Gerald Green had some nice years with the Suns.
It's two players that started out like Derrick Jones Jr. They just naturally just athletic, and that's what they went off of. That was J.R. Smith, and that was Gerald Green. J.R. Smith got kicked out the league back in the day. Gerald Green got booted to the D League. They both came back and
following their footsteps and get booted somewhere.
Man, no, hold on.
He was terrible, bro.
He was terrible. He's been terrible a couple games, but there's been plenty of games where he's been a great addition to the Mavericks as well. There's been plenty of games where he's been a solid defender, active on the boards, and then he hits down timely threes. I'm not gonna go and say he's
Chris.
trash.
How you feel about Derrick Jones as another Mavericks fan? Because Lil Chris be too friendly with the Mavericks or team.
You said what?
How you feel about Derrick Jones Jr., man?
I like Derrick Jones Jr. I really do, just a player. I don't know, bro. Like, I just feel like, because I like what he can do, bro. I think I'm not saying he's like a 3-and-D type of player, but he is a defensive player who is not scared to go to the rim. Now, I can say this. He is not being used to his full potential of what he could do. I feel like he's really one of those slashers that I want, I need you to cut to the basket at all times. Like, like I said, he ain't no 3-and-D nigga, but I know he's an athletic player. He can play defense. I think his defense is something that's not talked about enough. And on top of that, he's a slasher. Like, he's one of those type of slashers, nigga, that is really one of them type where, he's going to do whatever to get the ball in the hole. Like, even that poster that he put on old boy yesterday, he ain't even dunked that motherfucker. He threw that bitch in.
That was that Blake Griffin type of dunk. That was
He threw it in, bro.
the
Like
throw in.
I need niggas that's gonna put their body on the line. I need niggas that don't give a fuck. That nigga is
Chris.
going to try to get the ball in the hole at whatever cost that it takes.
I
just
set
feel
y'all
like-
up. He went 3 for 8 yesterday, and he finished with a negative 35. That is
Man,
crazy.
I done told you about
That
this
is
one
like
game.
I just said,
crazy.
I done told you
do
about
not
this
think
one
he's
game.
being utilized. And again, I don't know where that 3 for 8 came from. I don't know if he was shooting. I don't know if it was all at the
0 for 3
rim.
from 3 because he wasn't hitting no threes. He went
All
0 for 3
right,
from 3.
man.
And I don't want him shooting no goddamn threes. That's the difference right there. I don't want him shooting shit.
But you
Like I
Been
said,
working
I
on
just
man.
want him to
My
be-
man's
I
been
want
working
him to
on it.
be-
Y'all see, okay, it'll be different.
No, hold on,
if
DJ.
he
Hold on.
wasn't starting. He's starting.
He should be. He earned
No,
it.
okay,
Oh,
but DJ,
Lord.
this is my thing. I like because we've talked about this before as far as like Jason Kidd and his coaching and how he uses certain players. We've seen Derrick Jones Jr. at his max when he was with Miami, and not I ain't gonna say he was at his max when he was out there in Chicago, but we
He
still
looked
saw
better.
him being him. I just feel like a lot of times and again, I like Jason Kidd, like he knows how to make people defend, but as far as like getting the most out of his players on the offensive side of the ball, I just don't think he got that in his game. And that's cool, but when you got the type of players that you got, the Lucas of the world, the Kyries, they're gonna do their own thing, but it's like, okay, you got niggas that you got to really coach and like set some shit up for these niggas. Like, I'm tired of niggas like the Mavericks, like using somebody like Derrick Jones Jr. and not using him to his full potential that we've seen him be at. Like, this nigga was going crazy in Miami, and we ain't seen him look nothing close, and it ain't like nothing changed. He's still the same nigga.
Okay, I give you that. They need to, like, if they go use them on backdoor cuts, live plays.
That's what I said. Like, that's
Things
why
like
I
that.
asked you, where did that 3 for 8 come from? Because you
dropped
telling me he
20.
went 0 for 3. Why the fuck is he even out there shooting a 3-pointer? I am
He's
not
been
going to be
working
sitting
on
there.
it.
I am not bringing him to my team to shoot no goddamn 3, bro. I'm bringing that nigga because I know he's going to cut to the basket. He's going to attack the rim and not give a fuck who's sitting there. And I know he's going to play defense. He's a long, athletic defender. That's what you want in a defender in today's NBA. I don't
To
need
go
you to
negative
be no
35 is crazy. As a starter,
Oh my
go
god.
negative 35 is like,
I'll find you a game where
DJ,
KD
again,
was
like I
negative
said, I
35.
still feel like a lot of that goes into coaching because as much as I love Jason Kidd, bro, I feel like there are a lot of coaches that would do better with this roster, bro. As bad as we killed Greg Popovich, bro, I feel like he would do a lot better with this roster than what Jason Kidd is doing right now. Give me Eric Spoelstra.
This roster sucks.
Hold on. Give me Eric Spoelstra. Give me Ime Udoka. Give me Tyronn Lue.
His roster
They
barely
are
been
doing
healthy.
a lot more with this roster, bro. I like Jason Kidd. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like just a lot of these niggas on the offensive side of the ball, he's just not that. Like, yeah, he has a point guard mindset, bro. Like, but as far as like just really like getting everything out of all of your players, bro, I just don't think he got that. I just don't think
you
he
can't
got
do it with Luka. You can't.
Yes,
say, bro,
you
we gotta start keep.
can.
No, we
Yes,
gotta
you
keep it
can.
above. We gotta keep it above. No,
Oh
we
my
gotta keep it above.
No, DJ,
Oh my gosh.
Look, Chris, you think Jason Kidd not a good coach too?
No, I think Jason Kidd is a fine coach.
I think he is
I
a
don't
good
have no
coach.
real
I
problem
just
with
don't
him.
think this is the right team for him.
Mavs fans have problem with him. I don't have the biggest problem with Jason Kidd. This
Y'all
team
gotta
hasn't even been
understand.
healthy. And by the way,
No.
Derrick Jones Jr. dropped 23 on this same Phoenix Suns team on Christmas Day. I don't want to hear it, bro. Since you picking and
But
choosing
Chris,
games.
At his
But
last
Chris,
5 games,
but
he's
Chris,
been over
this
8
is my
points
question
once.
right here. And I'm not saying I'm expecting Derrick Jones Jr. to score no 22 points a game. But why, like, just keep it a buck. Like, you're literally sitting here and saying that he should be a starter. Why isn't he a starter?
He's a starter because Josh Green can't fill that starting role. He's not good enough.
No, but he
Josh
has
Green is
Maxi
better than
Kleber has
Derrick
missed
Jones.
34 games. Maxi Kleber has missed 34 games.
Maxi Kleber might be
But what I'm saying, but Chris, what I'm saying is why is it taking all these other niggas to get hurt for him to be moved into the starting lineup?
And
is
when
what
he
I'm
moved
saying.
into the starting
He's
lineup,
not
in my
good.
opinion,
Ray, are you hearing
he
these dudes
hasn't
talk
been
about
playing
Derrick
bad.
Jones Jr.?
He hasn't been playing bad.
No, but hold on, DJ, hold on. Before we go any further, I don't want this to be confused. Like I'm trying to beat the table for this nigga, bro. I'm not trying to act like this nigga is like a game. Well, now he could like if like I said, if he's used right, Derrick Jones can make the difference if he's with the right coach, bro. Like I've seen Derrick Jones Jr. be a hell of a defender and still be an athletic ass, and I just don't
Thank
know
you. That's
why.
all I need him to be.
Because like, okay, so DJ, so you tell me right now, if you were a coach, you don't think that you could use a athletic defender who is a slasher to the basket. He's not a short player, and he's gonna attack at the rim no matter who the fuck is there because of his athleticism. And you don't need to rely on him to shoot.
Everything he can do, Josh Green can do. We just
No,
need
he
Josh Green to do it
can't.
more consistently, bro.
No,
Josh
he
Green
can't.
at his best is way better than Derrick Jones.
No,
You
he's
think
not.
Josh Green is a
You
better
seen
defender
that
than
first
him?
quarter from Josh Green, and there ain't no way you was
Hold
like
on.
You
So
picking
you
and
think that
choosing because Josh
Green
Green has had some bad games.
I was about to say, now, DJ, we know what Josh Green can be, but what's the other thing that we know about him? He is inconsistent.
Thank you.
I
I
just
can
told
have a
y'all. Derrick Jones
consistent.
Jr. had just started 5 games the last 5 games,
Okay.
and he's only scored over 8 points one time.
He's
Why is
not a
y'all going to
scorer.
bat for Derrick Jones
He's
Jr.?
not
when
even.
we
He's
know
not
who
a scorer.
But you know,
That's not
what,
his
though, DJ?
role.
The only
He's not a
reason
scorer.
why
He's not a
I
shooter.
would have
What
to
is
go
he?
back and see what I would have to go back and watch these games because now I have the luxury of going back and rewatching full games. I would have to see if anything was called for him, if there was any cuts, anything done. Because, bro, you can't tell me, but DJ, like for real though, like
You can't run plays with
let's
Derrick
keep it a
Jones
buck
Jr.
though.
when you
Let's
got
keep it a
Luka
buck.
and Kyrie.
How many
Okay, then
easy
why you beating the
plays? Hold
table for him
on.
to score so much?
How many
I'm
easy
beating the table.
plays can you
I
make?
just think he sucks. Y'all is doing
I'm saying
all
you ain't.
this.
I'm saying you ain't watching.
I
I'm not
watched
saying
him
that.
yesterday. Bro.
So you basing all this off his whole season off one game is what I'm hearing.
Bro, dude, let's just keep it all the way factual. Dude is in his 8th season in the league. He's the same person he's been since day one. We was excited to see him in a slam dunk contest, and he didn't do that good, in my opinion. The best thing he could have been in the NBA was a slam dunk champion. He didn't do that. So I mean,
hold on. So
that's insane.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm hearing y'all niggas correctly. So, I didn't mean to do that shit.
Yeah.
But so y'all are sitting here telling me, and like I said, I'm not sitting here beating the table for the nigga and acting like, oh, he just this, he just that, yada yada yada. But y'all are sitting here trying to tell me that some teams and some coaches can't use players better than others.
Yes, you're right. But
he was on that Miami team. You forgetting he was on Miami. They couldn't do nothing with him.
Bro, at
He was with
best.
Spoelstra.
Okay,
they couldn't do nothing with him.
He did more than he doing now, nigga.
But Chris,
So
he's a starter who's at best a 8th or 9th man. That's really what it boils down to. You saying he don't deserve not one play ran for him. You get your shit off hustle with anything.
You say what?
He's never deserved to get a play ran for him ever. You better lock eyes with Luka and get you an occasional lob, but a play? No.
The Lakers running plays for Vanderbilt when he was starting? No,
Lakers
they were
have
not.
the dumbest coach
No, they were not. Were you beating the table for Vanderbilt to score
The
more?
Lakers probably have the
you were
dumbest
not.
coach in the league.
Dude told his team salute in the huddle and just sat there and was quiet after that.
Like, come on now. I'm not saying Derrick Jones Jr. is just super duper trash, but he's not good enough to start. He's an 8th or 9th man in the NBA. I don't see why y'all
what. All right, that's fine. If he's not good enough to start, what does that say about the rest of the Mavericks roster? What does that say about the rest of the Mavericks roster? And y'all beating the table for them to do better.
Who?
What does that say about the rest of the Mavericks roster if he's starting?
I think this roster's ass. Dante Exum?
He's good. He's been playing good too.
I don't give a damn if he's playing good. Where would he even have this opportunity? We ain't seen Dante Exum since 2016 or some shit like that. When they signed Dante Exum, what was your first reaction? Stop this. Y'all gotta stop it.
And when I seen him hitting threes on the Lakers, yeah, I said good signing. I said
Dante
we did it.
Exum was one of the biggest busts in the 2010s. And this is who you trying to say he's been playing
rebuilding his draft stock.
Oh Lord.
There's plenty of guys who
how
phased
far
out and
can this
came
Mavs
back and
team
been good
go so
players.
we can close this bullshit?
Aaron Gordon was a lottery pick too.
Okay, we done seen 40 plus games of the Mavericks. What are they ceiling?
I'll start. If the Mavericks make top 6 seed, I gotta see what they do at the deadline as well. If Luka and Kyrie are healthy, Luka, Kyrie, and Derek Lively are healthy, I still think they have the potential to make it to the Western Conference Final.
Man,
that's just me.
I ain't gonna still. Would you be willing to look into a Kyrie trade his ass to LA?
No.
And
No.
Trade him to LA. Let's get something. No, bro.
I just told you.
Hell no.
I just told you.
Nothing good from LA for that nigga Kyrie. Hell no. That's why Jason Kidd needs to go. Why is this not working? Do y'all not understand? I don't think y'all listening to me. Luka and Kyrie Irving ain't working. And we sitting there going, oh no, Jason Kidd. No, he's not.
Do you know how many games? Do you know how many games our players have missed? You know how many games Derek Lively has missed, Maxi Kleber has missed, Luka and Kyrie.
So you blame it on injury?
Well, I'm not blaming it fully on injury.
No, I'm asking. So you saying we haven't seen the best of the Mavericks?
I do think we haven't seen the best of the Mavericks. That's just me. And we'll see what they do at the deadline. And even if they don't.
So you saying we need a move. You either saying we need a move or we ain't healthy. You can't be saying both. You can't be saying we unhealthy and we need a move. That's a lot going on. That means we damn near suck.
We need a move. I'll just say that. We need a move, but I'm not sure a major move will happen. Even if it doesn't happen, fine.
What move can be made? What move can be made?
Who need to move?
Is it the Mavericks?
Need to move what? Somebody need to go?
Somebody needs to be brought in.
If somebody needs to be brought in, yes.
Oh yeah, go ahead and get rid of that nigga Tim Hardaway Jr. Need to put his name first on the chopping block.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I said it.
The second most consistent player on offense.
Hold on.
You're telling if
Kyrie
you
hasn't played, man.
DJ,
we can't keep sitting here like being with Kyrie. When Kyrie, he ain't played. He hasn't played, y'all. He got this long ass earring they keep showing on the sidelines. I seen that earring more than I seen his jersey.
Say, man, the Mavericks are fine. Let me tell you this: the Mavericks are fine. After this season, if we don't make a move now, we can make a move next season when we have 3 first-round picks to trade for. Three first-round picks.
Y'all keep trying to leverage the future like Luka is 40. Y'all don't got
Luka will not allow you. Luka will not allow you to get a lottery pick. Luka will not allow you to get a lottery pick.
The way they want to just trade every pick, trade every young guy like Luka is 40 years old.
I don't want to trade every young guy. I said
because if we keep trading picks, how we gonna get a Derek Lively?
You the same one that was cooking them for not making the playoffs and tanking to get the pick.
Out of 44 games, Kyrie has missed 15, so that is kind of a lot. I don't know, bro. I mean, I know Kyrie is our most valuable asset, but it's like, goddamn, at the same time, you really getting rid of the best help that Luka has ever had. I mean, at this point, bro, it's like Kyrie damn near just one of the players. I'm like, bro, like, get all this bullshit out the way and just get ready for the playoff and just be ready for the playoffs. That's kind of where I am with him. Like, bro, like at this point, bro, it's like I ain't really so much like hitting and rooting and beating the table for Kyrie. I'm just really like, nigga, this the most hope this nigga Luka had in his whole goddamn life.
No, it's not. Jalen Brunson.
We
disrespect Jalen Brunson too much. Jalen Brunson was the best.
I'm not finna
hear
He
got to a conference final.
Bro, we just cooked the Knicks.
DJ, it is okay to say that Kyrie is a better player, but Brunson was a lot more reliable.
At this point, that's what Luka needs. All that other shit other shit.
And that's cool. That is cool. I'm not disagreeing with you, but we still not finna act like that Kyrie as a talent is not better than Jalen Brunson.
What is they record together?
Nigga, Jalen Brunson trash, but Jalen Brunson, nigga, I will give you was a lot more reliable. Like, nigga, a lot of Mavericks fans is like, looking real stupid. Like, oh, we'll be fine without Brunson. No, we will not.
It would have
We
been
will
nice to
not.
have
Y'all
Brunson.
should
Yeah.
have
So
paid
if
that
y'all
nigga.
y'all wouldn't take Brunson back if and give up Kyrie.
Bro, right now, if they were to trade for Brunson right now, I wouldn't mind it if they do it in a trade.
So,
But they really should.
same
But
time,
I
still
will
sitting
say
at
this though:
Go ahead.
if they did it, I would not be mad. But in the same breath, I'm gonna be looking at the Mavericks dumb as fuck because they should have got that nigga contract sold up a long time ago when that nigga
Yeah,
was on the
it's
goddamn
their
team.
That was the
fault.
dumb part. That was
They
That
didn't
was
put a
that,
team
that
option
was
on him.
their fault.
But if
It's
you're
like, nigga, I
saying you
understand.
can't
Like,
say
bro,
Kyrie the
that's
best
why,
help Luka
bro.
ever had, if the guy he had before Kyrie, you would take him back right now.
That doesn't,
But
bro. Is Kyrie better than
the thing
Jalen
about it is
Brunson?
because at this
Right
point,
now,
we looking
no.
at he's
Last
more
year,
reliable.
no.
And see, I be telling niggas like, and this is why I be saying the same thing. Like, it's hard being a Dallas fan regardless of what sport you root for. Because, nigga, the Cowboys and the Mavericks are fucking damn near the same niggas, bro. They are damn near the same niggas. Like, y'all remember the last time they won that goddamn chip? They beat the best goddamn teams in the league. And what they do after they won? They blew it up. And we was trash until we brought that nigga Luka in. Like, and then, like, with the same shit. Cowboys be waiting forever the goddamn day to go ahead and sign a nigga. Wait till the goddamn money go up. Nigga, we should have signed that nigga Jalen Brunson when that nigga was riding the bench. Should have gave that nigga a goddamn
Mark
3 for
Cuban's
60.
Mark Cuban's the most overrated owner of all time, bro.
Bro, the only reason why they talk about him is because that
He
nigga
would ride Dirk. He would ride Dirk and Luka till the wheels fall off, and he finna do the same shit he did with Dirk. The dumbass moves he made with Dirk. He's finna do the
nigga,
same
boy,
You
dumbass
can't
moves.
say
say,
he
let me tell
tried to get Luka help. He did try to get Luka help. He traded for Porzingis. It didn't work
He's
out.
not get, bro. The thing about Luka, he needs a low maintenance
But
nigga
Chris,
next
this
to
is
him. The
my
perfect
thing
nigga
though, and
was
I've been
Jalen
saying
Brunson.
this about the Mavericks for years. Why they like before Kyrie? Let's just keep it a buck. Why the Mavericks can't go get no niggas? Why they always be going for these foreign ass niggas to try to say, "Oh, we got this nigga for help"? Well, who was the last big time star outside of goddamn me Kyrie and that fake ass news with DeAndre Jordan that you done heard the Mavericks try to go get?
People gotta understand. Nobody wants to come here.
No free agent
Nigga,
wants to come here.
yes, they no.
Darren Williams was from down here. We
just
couldn't
talking
get
about like
him.
in free
DeAndre
agency
Jordan was from
trades,
down this way.
anything.
We couldn't get him. Nobody want to come here.
Who?
Everybody
We
be
couldn't
talking
get
about
free
cap
agents.
space and all that shit. That shit don't work. You
I
gotta make
agree. That's what screwed Dirk over. A lot of times
trades.
we wouldn't make moves, so we have cap space
Right.
for free agency, and then we didn't get anybody.
Why we don't ever talk about how bad Dallas drafts too? We don't ever do it.
They drafted Luka
Because
and Jalen
Dallas drafts foreigners.
And they also drafted Josh Green over Desmond Bain when
I'm
everybody was beating the table.
I'm not wrong. I'm not happy about that. He was down at TCU, right in our basement. We didn't go scout him. That's not my fault that my
And how
front
the hell
office
you don't
didn't
know
want
a
to do
nigga
that.
that's good in your backyard?
That don't
And
make
that's
no
all
sense
I'm
to me.
saying. And he kills the Mavericks every time.
Bro, every time he let it be known.
I'm just saying,
think about how many times you may have ever heard a person in their life say, "Man, I just want to be a Dallas Maverick. I played right down the street, and they didn't draft his ass." That nigga torched them niggas every time he played.
And that's my biggest problem with Dallas Mavericks. Is if I was the GM of Dallas, I wouldn't be trying to just win right now if it don't make sense. It's been a lot of moves that get made trying to win right now that didn't make sense, and it's prolonging your chance to win. Like, you got a 25 and under superstar, and you acting like you got an aging vet that's in his mid to late 30s. They treating Luka like he KD or Bron.
I
think the only reason why they doing that, bro, and if we just gonna keep it a buck, like, I do feel like it's been some talks between Luka and that goddamn front office, bro, because you got to think about it. Like, just like you said, you have a 25 and under superstar, and he's literally, like, even with that Porzingis trade, Porzingis wasn't staying the healthiest. He still had to carry them by himself.
And now you have less and less assets every time you make one of these trades.
And bro, think about it. Look at all the other young players in the league that's going out here, getting to finals, getting the conference championship games. Like, these young teams or these young players, look what they got. Look what OKC did for SGA.
Exactly.
Boston had goddamn Tatum and Brown together forever. I mean, Jokic ain't the youngest, but him and Murray been together for a minute, and it ain't like they wasn't having success when they were together. And shit, even Giannis, what they do? They went and got him a little help on defense with PJ just so he wouldn't have to handle the load. Imagine, bro. Imagine if Giannis had to do what he had to do and still guard KD in that series against Brooklyn. Do you think that Milwaukee is winning that series? Absolutely not. Because that man would have had to do too much on both sides of the floor. That's the difference. These other teams is really giving these niggas help. Now, I'm not going to knock the Mavericks. They tried. Like, they're trying. They got him Kyrie Irving. That is not a bad star to pick up. It's not bad. But if you ain't available, it don't fucking matter.
So, I'm finna share my screen, and we finna get to the bottom of this. We finna get to the bottom of this because as Mavericks fans, we gotta stop.
Hold on, you acting like we just gave up the world for Kyrie Irving. We really did.
I'm not saying we didn't, and we didn't give up a lot because at the end of the day, we knew that we was gonna pay him. That's why we didn't give up nothing.
So, this was Dennis Smith Jr. rookie year. What draft was that? 2017. So let's go through some of our draft picks since 2017. So 2017.
Shit. Oh my gosh.
Dallas had the 9th pick, and we took Dennis Smith Jr. over Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo. Them the only two that had the lottery buzz. So I'm not gonna put the other guys in there because nobody thought they was gonna be that good. But people love Donovan Mitchell and Bam Adebayo coming out. We picked up Dennis Smith Jr. The next year, what did the Mavericks do?
He looked good for a part of
that season. Shit.
We got Luka. That was a great pick.
Luka and Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Boy, that's
replaced Dennis Smith Jr.
2019.
Oh shit, y'all! I'm a chop it up with y'all in the comments.
Oh, all right, that's a bad man.
All right.
Dallas didn't even have a pick.
This is probably Porzingis trade.
So lost the fucking pick in 2019. Dallas, where's Dallas? Josh Green over Tyrese Maxey. Over Desmond Bane. Two local products. We couldn't get Devin Vassell. So Josh Green over Tyrese Maxey, over Quickly, over Desmond Bane, over Jaden McDaniels.
I was hoping Vassell would fall to us during that draft too.
2021. Who did Dallas get? Because now Luka's too good. Now motherfucker picking in the goddamn go be picking in the 20. Well, didn't have no pick there because part of Porzingis.
Yeah.
22. Now Dallas is picking in the late 20s. Motherfucker missed all the opportunities. Every opportunity you had in the lottery or higher up. And now you got chances in the late 20s. And motherfucker is nobody there. We end up getting Jaden Hardy. I did like it then. So whatever. But y'all get my point.
All I'm saying, when you have a talent like Luka who's 25 and you see what he's doing, you can elevate your team to a conference finals that young. You do try to surround him with some pieces to win a championship. Because then you get this talks about, Luka didn't have enough help. He may need to go somewhere else.
No, you don't. They didn't do that with SGA. SGA, before he just popped off, he still was averaging 25 a game. So they literally said it. It used to be the story. Hey, SGA, we're going to build around you, but it's going to take time. You're young, and if you just stick in there with us, we promise it's going to work out in the long run. Dallas got to scrambling and got Kristaps Porzingis, who we all knew was going to eventually get injured. We all knew Kristaps Porzingis was going to eventually get injured, bro. Am I lying? We all thought it was a good trade, but we all knew the risk. Am I lying? And then what did we do after that?
But at the time, you pair Luka up with another guy around his age as well. So you have two, if it works out, nice young superstars.
And then it didn't work out. We didn't re-sign Jalen Brunson. We made blunder after blunder. Why don't we just say we made blunder after
Because
blunder?
now we made blunder after blunder, but now we're at the point where we can't just lollygag and rebuild. We do have to win, because when Luka gets to the end of his contract and he can't win here, he's gone.
And I don't blame him.
Okay, then. So why are you blaming them for trying to win?
My thing is, when you had time to rebuild, you try to skip the line, bro.
Okay.
Let's give it up. Even at the highest of the highest, did we even think Luka and Kristaps Porzingis could get a championship?
If
you ain't never thought that in your life, man, Luka and KP favorites in the West. No, stop it.
If Porzingis would have turned out to what he was supposed to be, maybe.
Oh, you cap.
Fourth overall pick.
Anything else been going on? Because that was a long ass Maverick segment, but I just had to get some of that off my chest, man.
That's fair. That's fair.
But we pretty much hit everything. Oh, did you pick between Herb Jones and Jaden McDaniels? You seen the post?
Yeah, I picked Herb.
Why'd you pick Herb?
I just like his defense. His defensive. I think he's a better defender than Jaden McDaniels. I think Jaden McDaniels taking a little bit of a step back this season, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think he's been as good. I don't think he's progressed.
Yeah, I think he just is what it is. I think he's the most, because people, you remember when I was going back and forth with them Timberwolves fans? They was acting like
who was you trying to trade him for? Who was you trying to trade him for? Day? Oh yeah,
it was like
no, never.
It was like Cat, yes. McDaniels, no. I was not expecting it. McDaniels, I'm like, bro, what? And I'm like, he's not as good as Herb Jones. And say, man, I put up the poll. The people have spoken. Actually, damn near. I want to see where that's at now.
I know you need to call some of them people on that, but
because say it out, I'm definitely going back. 29 votes now, and it's 72% Herb, 28% Jaden McDaniels. It's a landslide.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think Herb Jones is. I can't think of too many role players better than him. The only role players just strictly I know for a fact better than him is Derek White.
Derek White.
Who else? Who's the other role players better than Herb? That's like you guarantee role player.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of one, but Herb, I like her. He's pretty solid, and he's gonna get a good little deal for him too.
Top 5 role player.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna ask you about the All-Star selections. Did you have anything to say about that? Any problems?
Just nothing extra. I don't think Dame should be there. I think it should be Brunson. But fan voting, Dame's obviously going to get that. So
Rozier
same for LeBron. Like
we knew
LeBron was out, but Terry Rozier to the Heat. I like the move. I mean, you basically got him for Kyle Lowry in a 2027 pick that's heavily protected as well. You get a 20-point per game score. That's adding to the Heat. Like I think Heat really, that's an underrated move. And come playoff time, people are gonna be looking at why we let the Heat get him.
Okay, I did have this to ask you because Jaime Jaquez missed the last 5 games. The Heat are 1-4. The thing is, everybody else is healthy, and you literally went down Jaquez and you got Butler. And now the last 2 games, because I'm gonna say they 1-5 now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're 1-5 without Jaquez. 2 of those games with Rozier and Butler, and the other ones Butler was there. Is that further proof on how good Jaime Jaquez is and how important he is to the Heat, or do you think it's just probably a slump?
I think it's a mixture of both. I think Jaime Jaquez is an important role for the Heat as well. Like he's already shown that he's a plug and play rookie, which is picking as late as they did and getting him Lakers should have got him, by the way.
Jalen Hood, that was crazy.
Yeah, like Jaime Hawkins Jr. He's proven that like he's a plug and play rookie. He play good defense. He score. Like he does everything you want out of a Heat player, and he's not supposed to be your star. But if you have him alongside Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero and Bam, like he can thrive in that. And so he is important to that team, just to give them extra scoring punch in case Jimmy Butler's not doing all the scoring, anything else like that. Like you need somebody else to be able to step up and fill in for them.
And he can be playing in that Highsmith role because Highsmith been starting, and it's like he's in. But losing to the Grizzlies was absolutely unacceptable.
Losing to the Grizzlies is insane. I don't know,
bro. I watched that game. Ooh, my eyes was hurting because it's like that, bro. And Zaire Williams with all those bench players that started. Zaire Williams is coming off the bench. That's crazy. Vince Williams started over him. Conchar started over him.
That's
Brody was starting over him. Zaire Williams is officially a bust. But G.G. Jackson and Scottie Pippen Jr. had a good game. But the simple fact that y'all lost to that version of the Grizzlies.
They just got Scottie Pippen Jr. Like, I don't know.
Just Lakers is where your career go to die, man.
Nah.
Lakers ain't shit. And we're not gonna forget they picked Jalen Hood Schifino over Cam Whitmore too.
Lakers, yeah. I think Cam Whitmore is I don't know about that actually. I need to look and see. If they did, that was a huge mistake because
Cam
they
Whitmore
had
bro.
That was a huge mistake because the Lakers had the affordability to take that swing on Cam Whitmore. They're not playing rookies right away. They have the ability to take that swing on him. And if he turns out to be someone you can play, go ahead and play him, But in my opinion,
they took Hood Schifino over Hawkins, Podziemski, Cam Whitmore, all back to back.
Gosh. That's
Ray, you lucky your mic off. Your team is stupid.
I was gonna ask you, is there a path to the Lakers improving significantly, and do you think it's trading D'Lo and everybody else and trying to get somebody else in, or do you think they should just get a coach, a different coach?
With the Lakers right now, I think it's clearly the coaching. I think he wasted so many games in that first quarter of the season, just trying out so many different lineups, not sticking to a lineup. He's very sporadic with his decision making as a coach. I think once you're coaching the team that just came off of Western Conference Finals and you know what got you to a conference finals, there's no reason to mess with that formula because the only guy you brought in was Christian Wood. And I know you joke about Christian Wood, but Jackson Hayes should never get playing time over Christian Wood, regardless of what Christian Wood is doing. So I will never forgive him for that. The starting lineups going from this to that to this to that to this to that. You gotta. It was this quote in The Wire. Slim Charles. He said, "If it's a lie, we fight on that lie. If this is your lineup, this is your lineup, man. Barring injury and things like that, you gotta roll with what you got. You can't just be like, oh man, maybe this lineup can get us a little bit better rebounding, but this lineup a little bit more better shooting. Which lineup do you trust, man? And go with that. Because at the end of the day, there's not gonna be no perfect lineup. Now Ray can speak to this a little bit more. He done unmuted himself, but not picking Cam Whitmore or Jaime Hawkins in the draft, that came back to
that's gonna hurt them. That's crazy. Jaime and Podziemski, that's crazy.
And Podziemski hurts.
Like back to back. I gotta post that. That's crazy.
I think Cam Whitmore would have been a star in LA.
And you're right. He's showing himself in Houston Rockets right now. So, but I'm gonna let Ray speak on it.
Lakers ain't really never depended on the draft. Let's just be honest. The last time they depended on the draft is when they got Derek Fisher and Kobe out of it. That's the last time they really just cared. You can say, yeah, we got Randall, but they was never part of that was just them because they was in a spot where they had to depend on that. They never wanted them there long term though, because soon when they had a chance to get back to winning championships, they literally threw them off of the boat and didn't look back. Was I
But I'm
upset about
saying
that
just
initially?
you can't act like you wouldn't have wanted better players in the draft though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Initially, was I kind of like, man, what is y'all doing? Because that first year, we found ourselves right back at home, not in the playoffs. And I'm sitting there like, well, now look at y'all. Y'all look dumb and stupid, trading all your young pieces away. But then the next year, we get AD. We find ourselves in the championship round. We find ourselves as an actual contender for times to come. But then AD started getting hurt after that. Now it's like, okay, last year we found ourselves back in the Western Conference Finals after some trades at the trade deadline. And that's the thing though. Lakers have always been known for, when you think about what got Kobe back relevant and the Lakers back relevant when he was there, they made trades. They wasn't dependent on that draft. When you got people who either they know they don't have much time left, or their patience is running thin, or they're in their prime years, and you go to them and say, hey, we're gonna get you some help through the draft. They're gonna look at you like you crazy. Like you can't go to AD and LeBron and say, "Hey man, we're gonna get some draft pieces," unless they some bona fide, for sure. If I get
Everybody been
him,
talking about hockey ass for the last couple years and saying how he
no,
was
I'm saying
yeah.
LeBron don't care about if hockey is gonna be ready by year 2 or year 3 to get him to a championship. Soon when you step in the NBA,
Hockey was a 4-year college player. Everybody knew he was gonna be ready.
No, I'm saying hockey is playing great, but with hockey, if we drafted hockey, would we be a legit contending team?
He better than some of the role players over there.
I was just going to say, just to have somebody that's better than Jalen Hood-Schifino, who doesn't ever play, to have a guy that you know could be in
But
a
then you
rotation
also
is still good.
you forgetting one key thing is
Yeah, I got a lot of wings.
people who play with LeBron play totally different than they play with other people.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's fine.
We've only seen probably 2 people in LeBron's whole career that is the same player regardless. D Wade, before he started, his knees started really giving out, and Kyrie Irving. Everybody else becomes a system player. Fall in line, or hey, I'm gonna go find somebody who can fit what I'm trying to do on the offensive end. So I mean, how do we know hockey has a great rookie year? How he's having? How do we know that actually happens?
That's fine.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
No, that ain't right. Yeah, that's all I had about it.
Anybody got anything else? Anything else been going on in the league? Y'all wanted to discuss anything y'all seen? Did y'all see Dwight Howard? Shaq speak on Dwight Howard.
Talking, he only meaning him because he wanted him to be better or something like that, or what?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I did see something about that.
Okay, Shaq. I mean,
I feel like Shaq just hated him, man.
I feel like Shaq used that as a cover to.
Shaq got mad when they started calling him Superman, and he was the original person they called Superman.
Yeah.
That's when I'm like, you didn't speak on him before they did that? Oh yeah, I was trying to big bro. You was in the league when he was in the league. You ain't, man. You had all the time in the world to try
Shaq would be trying to kill him.
So Siakam, he just had a 26-point triple-double. They beat the Philadelphia 76ers kind of handily. The only person that was out was Tobias Harris for the 76ers. And then, of course, Halliburton was out. So y'all give that Embiid, man.
You ain't speak on Embiid's 70-point night, huh?
Oh, so y'all want to speak on his 70-point night? So Embiid had 70.
The fast in the least amount of minutes as well.
Against the Spurs.
Is it were you beating the table for Wembanyama to win Defensive Player of the Year?
Not going against no damn Joel Embiid. That nigga, okay. Bro, come on. We all know Wembanyama too damn light in the ass for Joel Embiid, bro. This cute, but in the times where he was guarding him, he had a lot of moments. Not a couple, not a few. He had a lot of moments on Joel Embiid defensively. It was when Zach Collins got on him. He was go look at that highlights. That shit was Zach Collins. That shit.
So you don't put no stock into it at all.
I mean, it's just like with Dak. I told y'all this once, and I'm gonna say it again. It's just a bitter taste in my mouth. If I only thing I can ever talk about you about is your regular season, and when we look at you in the postseason, it's not the same guy. The thing is, you don't have to be a playoff riser, but the least you can be is the same guy. You're a playoff dropper, dog. These 70-point games, these scoring titles, these MVPs, that shit go look real good on the wall. That shit go look good, real good on Basketball Reference. But when you get to talking to people like Shaq, who talk to Charles Barkley a certain type of way, and you be like, why he talk to him like that? Because he know he ain't won nothing, man. And at the end of the day, we know what these NBA legends throw around. They rings. You could score 70. Donovan Mitchell scored 71.
Oh man, that man.
Dame scored 70. What Dame scored last year? Because Donovan Mitchell had 71. Did Dame have 72? 70 flat. I'm just saying, bro. And the only reason why I say, because I said at that time, and I probably was just on some bullshit, but Cat's 44-point half, that shit went. That was some crazy shit. I was watching that game live, so it was just like, bro, that shit was crazy. And the fact that shit happened, ain't happened since Kobe, and we seen two niggas last year score 70. So it's like, you feel what I'm saying? Like.
Hey, Cat lost the game
2 years ago.
Cat lost the game, and Cat has some idiotic moments in the playoffs as well.
No, I'm saying that half. That half. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. When Kobe scored that 81, nigga, I didn't even get that game. I got the highlights like everybody else. I watched Cat do what ain't been done since Kobe, and I didn't get to see when Kobe did it. I had seen Donovan Mitchell score 70. I went back and watched the game when Damian Lillard scored 70. Like, I seen those. So it's like, what's more impressive? A 44-point half that's only been done by Kobe and Cat since 1996, or a 70-point game that was done twice last year. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Dame didn't have I thought Dame had like a 50 second half.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
When he scored 70 last year.
50-point second, that's crazy. I don't know. I don't remember. So,
but I'm saying first half. I'm just saying how hot Cat was. He just wasn't missing. He wasn't missing. He was not missing nothing. He was flamethrower. I think he was like 9 for 9 for 3. He was going silly, bro. I'm watching the game like it was just silly. The first attempt Embiid had was a foul bait 3-pointer on Julian Champagny. His first 3 points came from the free throw line on a foul bait 3. That's what happened when the Spurs and 76ers kicked off. First play of the game. Foul bait 3. He doing all that shit. I'm sorry. I just look at it different, bro.
Don't like Embiid, man. Okay, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it and see, because I didn't know if you spoke on it earlier or not.
Yeah, no, I didn't speak on it. Came back and got blew out by a Tyrese Halliburton-less goddamn Pacers team. After them niggas lost to the Blazers. Say, man, why ain't nobody ever speak on the Blazers? The Blazers low-key be out here kicking and screaming, bro.
Because we sick of dead tired of talking about DeAndre. We don't want to get DeAndre Ayton no flowers, man. That dude.
Man, it's Jeremy Grant and Simons and Brogdon.
That's it. And I'm not speaking on no DeAndre Ayton no more, man. I seen this one video on YouTube or on Twitter. This man was trying to set screens. Dude showed no effort at all. It's just embarrassing what this dude will be doing out there.
You didn't hear his latest take? He said, "Man, people can say what they want, but I'm still a max player, and I'll continue to be a max player. I don't have nothing to prove."
If he was cut today, he would not get the max.
And that's
so you're not a max player.
He's a max player. And they say we go to his house. Damn, this nigga max player, ain't he? That nigga max player, bro. But
hey,
I don't know. Missing a game due to ice in your neighborhood is crazy.
I saw your reaction. That was crazy, man.
No, y'all seen that that one video of that fire truck doing a donut?
Oh, yeah. I seen it, but say, man, everybody else made it. like literally everybody else made. We've never heard this from nobody else. How is just you?
He the only one living that name. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
He ain't want to go. Nigga called in sick, man. Just like any other nigga that got a regular job.
It was very DeAndre Ayton-ish.
Come on, man. Ray, they would have sent somebody to pick his ass up if he wanted to play.
They said they did send somebody out there, and I think they got stuck or something. They said, I said, where did this dude stay?
That's what I'm like.
He must stay in a whole different type of neighborhood or something than the rest of his teammates.
He do got the max. Oh, but man, y'all got anything else before we get up out of here?
Nah, that's all I had.
That's all I had too.
We probably Clippers are shooting. The Clippers are shooting 42.5% 3 points off of Russell Westbrook this season. That's the most random stat I've ever seen.
Any way to discredit Westbrook, but that's okay.
I mean, it's cool.
I got it now. So these are the 4 people in the last, I guess you can say, 8 or 9 years that done had 40-point halves. You got Klay Thompson against Indiana back in 2016. You got Kyrie against Orlando in 2022. He had 41.
Yeah.
And then Dame had 41 against Houston last year. And then Karl Anthony Towns broke Kobe's 42-point half record and had 44. But then you got Wilt Chamberlain, who had 59.5. That was the same day he scored that 100, but
that's just silly.
I bet you this though. I bet you some people back then who was at that game like, man, people ain't gonna believe this happened. And guess what happened? It's people who like, man, I don't believe that game happened.
My only thing here, bro. But not the only reason why I believe it, because nigga had a season where this nigga averaged like 56, bro. Come on now. And then this nigga, y'all seen him jump? They got live video of this nigga jumping and running. Bro, that nigga was crazy, bro. He could play today. You take that.
Was a Harlem Globetrotter before he even entered the NBA. You ain't never heard no 7-foot Harlem Globetrotter.
Nah.
Nigga he was an Olympic. He damn near was an Olympic level volleyball player, Olympic level long jumper.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like I want to say it was something he ran on track. They said he was real good at it.
Yeah.
So I believe it, bro. Like now, I wouldn't say you put him in today's time and he just doing shit like that. But you gotta compare him 56 points and 20-something rebounds, and a nigga that was damn near his equal, Bill Russell, getting you 19 points. So that just, you know what I'm saying? Like, no offense to Bill Russell, but it's levels to that shit, man. Will Chamberlain was different amongst the different of his era, and it's just you gotta respect it as that.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
But yeah, man, we go wrap this thing up, man. It was a good episode.
For sure.
Giannis, bro. That nigga broke my heart, fool. I fuck with bro. I really did, bro. He won that chip, man. Boy, motherfucker used to talk about him.
Yeah.
Like, man, that nigga can't do nothing. Like he wasn't losing a good team. Like he didn't lose to Kawhi in that Toronto team. Like, come on now, he had Eric Bledsoe and Malcolm Brogdon. We don't do that either. Like, motherfuckers talk about Embiid and the lack of help and all that. Niggas say, man, a lot of niggas had to go to war with worse.
Yeah.
All I'm saying. So, man, this is Embiid year. If Embiid don't get out the second round this year, I don't care if he scores 150. Don't tell me about it.
Please clip that.
But all right, y'all. This is another episode of the Hoop Historian Podcast. I'm Dino Ball. That's Ray. That's Lil Chris. Shout out white boy Chris. We gon' B's a bum.